What's going on, everybody? Tom Quiet here, live and amplified. I hope y'all are having an absolutely amazing day. Today we are back with another music video critiques, and today we'll be taking a look at Sunshine by Tyler Booth. Now, we've reacted to one of his music videos before. I'm really excited to jump into this one. I remember really enjoying the last one. I mean, I enjoy every music video we look at, but I remember especially like really liking that one and, kind of not necessarily going in on it, but just kind of like really vibing with the look and the vibe and all that stuff. So really excited to see what he's got here. And so let's jump into it. Okay. Right off the top, that opening guitar shot of the finger picking, or just the picking right there. Can't go wrong with that shot. I'm a sucker for a down the neck looking at the guitar shot. It's always a good time. Okay. Okay.
Sometimes this crazy world feels dark. Silence allowed to wait the dead. You light it up here in my arms.
Okay. Now, I remember from the last one, Tyler and his music videos, whoever he's got producing his stuff is really good at using minimalist techniques. You know, like obviously he's an up and coming musician. He doesn't have multi-millions of dollars to, kind of do his thing. So he's kind of making do with what he's got. And so that being said, I think if it's Tyler directing this, or if he's got a guy that's just really good at this, the minimalist approach of taking, okay, this is what we got. Let's figure out how to make it work for this music video. And so far, this music video looks really good. I know the last music video he had was really good at doing that. So let's keep it going. Okay, hold on. Let's back that up real quick. He needs a circular polarizer. Unless this was the effect he was going for. But I think had he had a circular polarizer, you'd still have the essence of the window, but you would have been able to see him a little bit more clear. Unless this was the entire effect. And then I'm just being a dick for being a dick. But I know shooting through glass, shooting through windows isn't easy. But you could still make out what's going on. So maybe that was the effect he was going for. So who knows?
Guess you could say I'm glad we met. Ooh, sunshine.
I like the
on me.
Hold on. Back it up.
Ooh,
Oh, no, I didn't back it up far enough. So first off, I like the light leaks transition. That's kind of a cool effect. You don't see a lot of people using light leaks anymore, which I kind of like that little throwback there. Because it kind of gives that like home film vibe. That's a very vintage home film or home video vibe of using the light leaks to kind of transfer from one shot to the next or one scene to the next. And so it's kind of a nice little throwback there. But hold on. The natural motion blur in this, I don't know if they cranked the shutter speed all the way down so it was like a longer exposure, and then did like a really slow, like shot it in slow motion, like and with the camera movement, because I know those are like two ways where you can get this like really cool motion effect. Or, I mean, they could have just done it in post. Like, I think there's ways to do this in post as well. But I have a feeling that they did this all in camera, and just kind of playing with that shutter speed will give you this really cool effect of, like, motion in the, like, extra motion in the shot. Because I really kind of like how this looks. So.
Ooh, sunshine on me.
I feel like he needs to be lit a little bit better, but honestly, it looks natural, so maybe it's not even that big of a deal to me. Okay, hold on. Now, what would have been cool here is, I think, had he done like all these shots with the girl, whether it's his girlfriend or an actress or whoever, kind of differentiating it by putting like a film grain on it, making it look a little bit more home filmish by putting a film grain on it. And then I think depending on what editing software you're using, they have like a preset that'll make it look like home video and stuff like that. I think that'd have been a really cool like extra step, because he's obviously reflecting on moments with this girl that are to me, it'd be really cool if like all these different shots that are supposed to be a little bit more introspective or reflective, if it had like a home film style. And that wouldn't have been anything harder than figuring out what the template is or the preset is on whatever video editor was being used to put this together. Or, I mean, even if they don't, I know if you go into like Envato, or you could find free presets going through Google.
That you love me till the end of time. Sunshine.
Okay.
Sunshine.
Nice.
I kept wondering when you showed.
Okay.
And I lost faith a time or two.
Yeah, see, I think like shots like this, it really needs that home film look. Like it needs that grain or the digitization or the something to kind of make it really pop and differentiate, because like I'm not, let's pause this because I don't want to miss anything. I'm not seeing any real difference between the shots and the timing. Like I'll have to pay attention a little bit closer the next time it comes around, but it feels like he's wearing a lot of the same stuff or very similar, whether that's intentional or unintentional. You know, for me, I would want this shot and then the shot with the girl to be different. And even if you keep all his singing shots here in this kind of setup where he's sitting on the couch, that's fine. You don't need to overdo this song. Like, this song is slowly paced, very reflective. You don't need to overdo this music video. And so far he hasn't. There's just a lot of little nitpicky things that I'm picking up on that would make the story a little bit more cohesive, because he's an independent musician. He doesn't have a huge budget to do this. So, but anyways.
Me, let me tell you, ain't no way to breathe. And one and one makes three.
Okay, so he is changing wardrobe, but I don't know, it's, and maybe it's the hat that makes it all look very similar, because he is changing wardrobe, but because the hat is the same throughout. I don't know. I feel like that hat is just kind of taking a lot of the attention that you're. Oh, let's pause this. That you're like missing a lot of the detail to make it look. It still all looks very similar. Now, like this shot that I paused on. This looks cool. This looks different because it's in a different part of the room. He's not wearing his cowboy hat. He's wearing a dark shirt. Like, drastic stuff like that is what you can kind of use to make it look different. You feel me? So, let's continue. And obviously, okay, now that makes sense, because they were getting married and now this is like after the marriage, so there's like a transition kind of happening. My guy.
Sunshine, make it all right. Tell me that you love me till the end of time. Sunshine, sunshine.
Love it. Tyler Booth, Sunshine. Man, he stepped out a little bit and tried to get a little bit more adventurous with this music video by telling a cohesive story of, it was a very reflective song about before, during, and after getting married. Or not saying but that's what the music video is portraying. And it was really cool. And the music video was really well shot. It was very DIY. You could tell that. It was very do-it-yourself, very homemade, very all these cool things. And I think there was just little things to help break up the story a little bit. Because since the video was giving off a more reflective vibe, the shots of him and his wife, or him and the actress, I just don't want to assume anything, so that's kind of why I'm putting both out there. Him and the girl, if it had more of a home film video or home video look, I feel like that would be the next step. That would be the thing. That would be perfect. So, yeah. That's all I got for you. I hope y'all are having a great one, and I'll talk to y'all later.